we commenced our business, bought our business in Pinkenba, and our wharf business wasn't the main game for us, but we strategically took a vision that we wanted to grow our wharf-related business. So as we grew, we just found we couldn't develop systems and scale our business. What we had to do effectively was to move from Pinkenba across to this side of town to be close to the port. Our choices were buy some land or move down to the Port of Brisbane and rent from the Port of Brisbane, which many people have done. We weren't keen on that because all we saw that was a treadmill. You get on the rental treadmill and you can't get off. So very much our priority was to source some land over here in Hemmett. It didn't come along immediately. We had to rent land for a piece, and we brought in container handlers, used a hubbing system, which you need to give you scalability, so you can handle containers at low cost and do lots of them. In those days, we're probably doing 3,000-4,000 containers a year. Like today, we'll do probably up towards 40,000 containers a year. So to get that scalability and to provide that low-cost service, we had to develop systems and scalable systems. The other thing we had to deal with was the fact that we were off island and the guys on island had Super Bs. So they cart 240-foot containers at once. We couldn't do that. So that gave us the impetus to develop something to level that playing field, and the A-double was that playing field leveller for us. So that allowed us to bring 240s off the wharf at the one time. In coming across here, as I say, we started out at container handlers, dedicated wharf runners, dedicated side loaders and delivery trucks. And our team grew to we've got probably in excess of 10 people in operations now controlling our fleet. Back from, in those days, probably one or two.
I joined the SEQH group in May 2004, and looking forward at that time that it would be my final employer before I retired out of the game. I thought that'd be a couple of years ago, but I'm still here, I'm still going. I can't see the end. I think that's going to be probably because of the involvement that I've had in the growth of this company from 2004 right through to 2016 at the moment. When I joined in 2004, I was the container division. I was the bookings person, the allocator, everything that happened for containers, I was it except the driver.
And in doing that, our vision was always to be a full service provider, like the guys on the island. So to have quarantine, aqueous, bonded store, bonded warehouse, full warehousing capability and container transport capability. So we've got all those pieces of the puzzle in place, and really are forging forward, and our market share is growing because of our attention to detail and our desire to, once we win a customer, to keep them for life. So we've got many long-serving customers, loyal customers, and we treat them as part of the family.
Long-term relationships are really important to us. That's relationships between client, relationships between staffs. Long-term ones are really the building blocks for a successful and efficient business. This is shown for ourselves with clients that have been with the company over a decade, up to 18, 19 years. Staff, one particular member who's been with SEQH for 30 years. Numerous other guys have been with us, and ladies have been with us from 5 to 15 years.
So on this site here, we've developed a significant warehousing capability, a significant container handling capability, wash pads, a bulk facility where we can handle bulk aqueous goods into the country, export facilities, a public weighbridge, which with the SOLAS requirement coming through now, that'll stand us in good stead to service our customers. Our vision was really a full service wharf operator. So, and we've got all those pieces working well now.
South East Queensland Hauliers started as a small family-owned business, and it still remains a family business. However, it's grown into this big beast. And when I look back on the history, it absolutely amazes me because there hasn't been any direct marketing ads, paper advertisements, billboards, door knocking, or sales calls. It's literally been built on the foundation of having strong quality systems and always striving to improve those, and having good quality staff, long-term staff, staff that have been here 10 years, 15 years, one person above 30 years. It is absolutely amazing. Customer service is not a department to us, it's a daily attitude. And adopting that focus on systems and also service has had consistent levels of service, and in turn we produced word of mouth business. The GM and the MD had the vision in the early days to become a one-stop shop for our customers, and today we can tick that off. We provide container transport services, GP and reefer container storage, warehousing distribution, quarantine 1.1 facilities, a public weighbridge, and now a bonded warehouse. There's the obvious commercial benefits involved in having that one-stop shop, but our goal was to improve the overall cost for our customers, but also the efficiencies in the whole production of improving times, service times.
We developed our vision for our Toowoomba business probably 8 to 9 years ago. We were carting a number of grain boxes for customers in the western areas, and similarly we had a large volume of imports coming off the wharf, and to balance our business we were keen to support those western exporters. At the same time, the rail service was going poorly for them. They were getting bumped, having reliability issues and the like, so we saw an opportunity to develop a vehicle which would assist people looking to export 27 tonne and 30 tonne grain boxes, and similarly assist us with our capacity to get containers off the wharf, import containers. So as luck would have, we were able to develop a vehicle under the PBS scheme which gave us the capacity to cart those boxes for our western exporters, and indeed develop our business further into Toowoomba. That was the birth of the A-double back in 2010, which helped our business immensely, helped balance our business as well, which was another outstanding strategy that we had, was to develop more export business to support the import business that we had. Then simply that led also to additional import business into Toowoomba. So that led us to setting up a much more significant presence in Toowoomba, setting up depot with staff, side loaders, road train access, and container handlers. So that allows us to be pretty much a full service container operator in Toowoomba, one of basically two in Toowoomba.
I'm passionate about what we're doing in Toowoomba and the Darling Downs and the Surat Basin because that's my history. This is where I come from. My birthplace is Clifton. I was schooled at Filton. I grew up on a dairy farm with my parents until I was 15 years old in the Hurstland Valley. We moved to Toowoomba. My first job was in Toowoomba, and that's where I learned my trade in Toowoomba in the cattle yards, stock transport. My great-grandparents migrated from Germany in the 1880s. They were resting at the Albini Cemetery at the Little Albini Church. My grandparents, these are my paternal grandparents, they were also out there in the Albini Cemetery, Lutheran Church. My mother's family is also another Darling Downs. Her family farmed at Manapuri out near Clifton. Her brothers farmed all over the Downs and were involved in farming and supplies to the farming industry. So Toowoomba and the Surat Basin is my home. I've still got a brother lives there. I've got my sisters-in-law lives there. My brother-in-law farms out at Nobby. I'm a local.
And that, I suppose that vision started with some ideas back in 07, 08, and then developed through the PBS scheme into a depot, 10 to 12 trucks running into Toowoomba every day out of here, and then 5, 6, 7 road trains and side loaders running out of the Toowoomba depot delivering to customers west in Toowoomba and west of Toowoomba. So I suppose our vision of early days has developed and grown and grown. We've seen the Toowoomba opportunity improve as the rail dropped away, as the rail service declined and basically faded away to nothing. So we've been pioneers in that process and have really pushed that along. And I guess there's imitation is good. Be nice if there was no imitation, but there's been plenty of imitation of our development, as you'll see on the road today.
They've provided very good service. We hit a very big chickpea season last year. We packed about 70,000 tonnes of chickpeas, and the service they provided was excellent. We had no issues getting our containers to port. We're packing up to 55 containers per day, and we had good turnaround and no end user customer complaints.
All the time in between though, we're visiting my parents and my family in Toowoomba, and I could see the difference that has occurred over the years from when I left in 74 right through to the 90s. It was actually unbelievable to come back and notice the difference in the farming areas. Where there were dairy farms were now hobby farms. Where there were small grain farms are now huge grain and cotton farms. This is just an eye-opener here to be able to see that from back in the 70s right through to current. The change in this area, it's unbelievable. The growth, the potential to come out of this area is truly, truly exciting. This area, thanks to the Wagners, with their foresight for the airport and the other developments that's going through, potential around the Toowoomba and Downs, Darling Downs, Surat Basin is going to be unlimited. It's only limited by the people and their thoughts.
Hello, my name's James Spark. I'm the MD at One Global Logistics. We've been working with SEQH for a number of years now in our FCL transport solution. We've got offices all around Australia, and particularly in Queensland, in Toowoomba, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast and Brisbane. We do value the association with SEQH as an extension of our business. Very important that our clients get a high level of service, particularly around FCL deliveries. They're extremely time critical, and SEQH does maintain a high level of service to execute those requirements for our customers. Thank you very much.
Out of Toowoomba, we dispatch through to Brisbane a wide variety of products, ranging from your bulk grains, cotton seed, cotton bales, through to your commercial industrial equipment, being anywhere from tractors, cars, trucks, even helicopters at one stage. We've seen come through our yard in both exports and imports, and also even refrigerated goods, chilled and frozen, are also dispatched throughout the Toowoomba depot through to the Brisbane office.
We service our large export customers by often putting container handling equipment on site at the customer site. That process doesn't happen as a demand. That's a situation we work with our customers to work out what the best solution is for them. It'll depend on things like whether the customer has growth expectations and forecasts, what sort of volume the customer's doing, whether we can build it into the equation without too much of a cost impediment for them. It helps to boost volumes and get customer costs down, and sometimes that might involve a rejigging of how the customer actually goes about his business, but that's part of a two-way dialogue in which we present some options. We have a number of container handlers on customer sites. I guess the reason why we're able to do that is because we have a large number of container handlers. We're very familiar with them. We standardise our container handlers as well, so we run basically one brand of machine, and we have a specialist on staff who makes who repairs those machines and keeps their uptime right up there. So we have very high uptime, both in our yards, but also in our customer yards, because the last thing a customer needs is a broken down forklift, which precludes them from packing. So that allows us to gear up our business, gear up the customer business, keep costs down, and also facilitate flow when seasonal peaks are around, because that's oftentimes when I suppose the money's there to be made. So we can facilitate that with this with customers on-site container handling equipment, which we finance, which we repair, service and maintain. That also allows us to operate our trucks at night, improve our utilisation and reduce our costs. So it's very much a win-win situation, win for the customer and win for us.
Our business mainly consists of new and used, second-hand and non-new and used, non-genuine parts for heavy earth-moving excavator. Right, SEQH provide a great service to us as time factors and everything, relying from deliveries from port to Toowoomba, always on time, reliable, and yeah, a company you can count on.
Off the wharf, through our depot, to the door. And that's one of the exciting things about our Toowoomba depot. Being able to service exporters and importers all the way through, right out to the Northern Territory border, New South Wales, and South Australia border, right through. Future potential in the Darling Downs and the Surat Basin will only be limited by the belief of the people who are the growers and the suppliers in this area. The world is their marketplace, and that world has now been opened, and it's continued to be opened. We've got the airport, as I mentioned previously, and now the second range crossing coming through. It's truly an exciting area to be involved with.